Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the next concept. Okay, so this concept belongs to Kruskals algorithm, guys. Okay, so I think everyone has an idea about spanning tree and minimum spanning tree, right? So we'll be discussing about those in this lecture. Okay, yes. So we'll be using Kruskals algorithm to find the minimum spanning tree of a particular graph. Okay, yes. So Kruskals algorithm, the scientist who discovered or who designed this algorithm is Joseph Bernard Kruskal, guys. Okay, so that's the name of him. Okay, yes. So instead of going through the algorithm, let us first understand how you can solve this problem, guys. Because for solving this problem, understanding the algorithm is not that much important or not that much thing, guys. So once you understand the logic, how it is done, so then you can easily interrelate it with our algorithm, guys. Okay, so let us now concentrate. Okay, yes. So firstly, let me draw the diagram, guys. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so this cost is a 10, this cost is a 30, this cost is a 20, this cost is a 55. Okay, so this cost is a 45, this cost is a 40, this cost is a 50, this cost is a 35, this cost is a 15. So in this way the given question is there. So now the question is find the minimum spanning tree for the given question, right? Yes. So using Kruskals algorithm, so the first thing that you should remember is Kruskals algorithm. So what is the first letter, guys? K, right? Yes. So assume that your friend's name is K Sai Teja, guys. Okay, yes. Okay, so from the name you can just remember K means ascending order, guys. So KA, right? Yes. So you can remember any kind of shortcut, but I prefer this, guys, because I might confuse sometimes. So that's the reason why I remember in this type of terminology, because my friend, one of my friend's name is that. Okay, yes. So let us start. Okay, so first thing which you will do is you will write these values in ascending order or non-decreasing order. So most of the time we confuse like what exactly non-decreasing order is. So in ascending order, we always think that one number should be greater than other, right? Yes. So in the same way, non-decreasing order means they should not decrease. That's it. So they might increase or they might be same also. Got it? Yes. So once you wrote them, so the first step what you will do is you will identify the minimum value. Okay. So the minimum value is between 1 and 2, right? So you will check whether there is any connection for this 1 and 2 previously. Okay, so I'll be highlighting it with blue color, guys, so you can identify it. So now let us highlight it with the blue color. Okay, yes. So now we are considering this, guys. So if you draw it step by step, it will be in this way. So previously, is there any connection between 1 and 2 before this existence? No. That is the reason why we will connect. So basically here we always try to avoid loops, guys. Got it? Yes. Okay. So now again, what is the minimum? The next minimum, 3, 6. So where is the 3, 6? So 3, 6 is here. So this also there is no previous connections. So for this also both are empty, right? Yes. Similarly 4, 6. 4, 6. So again these two are also not previously connected. So you can connect them. Okay. Similarly 2, 6. So where is 2, 6? So 2, sorry, my bad. Is it 2, 6 or 2, 5? I think it should be 2, 5. 25, right? Yes. Sorry. Is it 2, 6 or 2, 5? Right? I'm a bit confused now. Okay, so it's a 2, 6 only. My bad. I think I have skipped it here. So the cost is 25. Okay. 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 So now you are checking whether 2 and 6 are connected previously, guys. There is any path in between them? No. So then you will connect them. Okay. Similarly, if you want to continue, this also possible. So 1, 4. So if you connect 1, 4, what will happen, guys? So previously there is a loop like this, right? So now if you connect these two, it will form a loop. Hence you need to avoid this, right? Yes. So hence 1, 4 will be skipped. Okay. Similarly 3, 5. Okay. So you can connect it, right? Yes. So from now on, anything you try to connect, so 2, 5. So it will also form a loop. So the loop will form in this way, right? Yes. Similarly 1, 5. Where is 1, 5? So 1, 5. So even that will also form a loop, I think so. Yes, it will also form a loop. The loop might be a bit funny, but it will also form a loop. Similarly 2, 3. So 2, 3 will also form a loop. Similarly 5, 6, that will also form a loop. So at the end we got our spanning tree, guys. So by this observation you will be saying that okay, so what's there in this? It's really easy, right? So you started from minimum value and you started placing the edges. So if you are confused with this approach, so let me show you some other approach also, because for these problems we are having various methods, guys. Okay, yes. So let me draw the graph without any edges. So few students will be interested in this kind of method, guys. Okay, so initially 1 comma 2, so previously there are no edges in between them, so you will be directly connecting them. Similarly 3 comma 6, so 3 comma 6 also previously there are no edges, so you will connect them, 15. Similarly 4 comma 6, so there are no edges in between them, so 20. Similarly 2 comma 6, so previously there are no edges, 25. 1 comma 4, so if you place 1 comma 4, it will form a loop, right? Hence you will avoid 1 comma 4. Similarly 3 comma 5, you will draw here. So similarly if you apply any one, you will form a loop, so hence you will avoid them. So this is our minimum spanning tree, guys. Got it? Yes. So it's a quite simple problem. Okay, yes. So now let us understand the code, guys. Okay, so that is the exact steps which I have written it clearly, guys. Okay, yes. So now let us understand the code. Okay, so for Kruskal, so the code will be really easy, guys, if you understand it carefully. Okay, yes. So minimum spanning tree, G comma W. So G is our graph and W is our result or weight, guys. Okay, yes. Okay, so let us start. So initially we are assuming the solution is A. So we are substituting 0 or 5 in our solution. Okay, yes. So 5 is nothing but empty set, you can say. Okay, yes. So for each vertex V belongs to V of G, I will be doing make set of a V. So what exactly make set does is it is going to assume each and every vertex as a graph, guys. So that is what make set will do. So assumes every vertex as a tree. Okay, tree or a graph. Okay, anything will work. Okay, yes. Okay, so once that step is done, we will sort the elements, guys, sort the edges. So sort the edges of E into non-decreasing order with respect to weights. Got it? Yes. So once you have sorted them, then you will move on to the next step. So for each vertex U comma V belongs to E, then in non-decreasing order by weights, you are going to perform find set of U and find set of V. If they are not equal, you are going to connect them, guys. So this is nothing but you are adding them into the solution and you are connecting them. So union means you are connecting a path in between them. Okay, and you will continue for each and every element only if their find sets do not match. So most of you will be having a question that what exactly is this find set, right? So I'll be discussing that, don't worry. Okay, yes. So you'll return A and that's the end of the algorithm. So the algorithm might seems really easy, right? Yes. So this algorithm is also directly taken from Corman, guys. Okay, yes. Okay, so find set. So to find a cycle, okay, it will, okay, so find set is nothing but whether it is having a cycle or not. Okay, yes. So what exactly this find set will do is, so let us take an example here, guys. So if you observe 1 and 2, so previously there are no connections, right? So this connection is also not there. So what will be the find set of 1? So what exactly find set does is it will just print the adjacent items, guys. So adjacent items which are connected. So basically if 1 and 2 are connected, if you call find set of 1, you will get 1 comma 2, and if you type find set of 2, you will get 1 comma 2. So in this way you will get the find set same if they are connected previously. Okay, yes. Okay, so if you want, I'll be taking examples, so don't worry. Similarly, find a set of 3 comma 4. So previously are 3 comma 4 connected, guys? No, hence you will get 3 and 6 only. Similarly, find a set of 4 comma 6. So apply this find set of 4 comma 6 here. So for 4 we will be getting 4 only, but for 6 it is connected, right? So 6 comma 3 you will get, but they are not matching. Okay, similarly find a set of 2 comma 6. 2 is having a 2 and 1. Okay, so I think I forgot to write 1. Okay, 2 and 1, and 6 is having 6, 4 and 3. So they are also not matching. Okay, hence you can connect them. So if they are not matching, you will connect them, guys. Okay, so you will connect them. If they are matching, you will avoid them. Got it? Yes. So now if you observe here 1 comma 4. So for 1, the list will be 1, 2, 6, 4 and 3, right? Yes. Similarly for 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 1 and 3, right? Yes. So both of them are matching, right? So don't check the order. So basically 1 is there, 2 is there, 6 is there, 4 is there, 3 is there. So everything is matching. So hence you will skip it. So in this way it will work, guys. So now you got a clear idea with respect to algorithm also, right? Yes. So at the end, to find the minimum spanning tree cost, you just add the values, guys. Here the cost is 105. So in that way, you will be getting the result. So I hope everyone got a clear idea, right? So how exactly this Kruskals algorithm is finding the minimum spanning tree? Yes. So in the next lecture, let us discuss about Prim's algorithm or Prim's method of finding minimum spanning tree. Okay? Yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.